Hi there folks, welcome to a new clip here on my YouTube channel. Before we get started with a new topic, I would like to invite you to be a member of this channel. It's quite easy just by pressing that red button here on the YouTube platform just to be a member of this channel. On top of that, I would like to invite you to simply leave some thumbs up, just very much appreciated. All right, let's have a talk about the euro versus the pound, so that euro cross. And before we are getting started with some fundamentals, let's have a look at the chart technical analysis right now. Let's have a look at the chart technical picture. You see a weekly chart technical picture here. On the left side, you see the record high of 0.98035 from December 2008. At the low here around this one, you see the 0.69365 low from July 2015. So these two levels combined, for a Fibonacci analysis, you get a couple of retracements, and possibly two retracements are interesting for us regarding the next weeks and month to come, just to check out which kind of a level is possibly interesting for the bulls and for the bears. So to the upside, regarding the bulls, the EURGBP bulls, you see there's a 61.8 level at 0.8710. And you see that this level right now we are trading around 0.85 is approximately 200 pips away. So 200 pips to the upside, and this level could be retested. Quite heavy, I guess, to reach that point. At the other side, you see the 38.2 level, which is at the levels here of 0.8030s. So quite heavy downside into the next weeks to come, if that is possible. Regarding next weeks, it could be interesting to watch that typical 50s, so the half of the whole move you see here. So that 50% level is at 0.8375ers here around this, and you might be checking these two levels again to dip back to these kind of levels and to try to break through to the downside to test that 38.02 in the longer term. Right now we are speaking quite close to the end of the weekend. The euro versus the pound is trading at a relative strength index of 34 points, so still a neutral territory, nothing to worry about and nothing to interpret into that one. You could easily add, of course, you could easily add something like EMA 100, EMA 200. If you like to add that, you will find out that they are hovering above that 0.8710 level here, shy of that marker, but still above that. And if you just like to add a couple of other indicators, all you do, you need to be aware, all you do and all you add in that kind of a picture makes absolutely no sense if you don't have a clue what is going on from the fundamentals and going on from the interest rates and from that interest rates differentials and from two other major currency pairs like the euro versus the US dollar and the pound versus the US dollar, because these two majors are the most important thing for the EURGBP. Let's face some facts. In the chart technical part, I already told you that it is very important to screen or to have a look at the currency pairs at the two majors, so euro US dollar and pound versus the US dollar, so cable. And if you check out the cable first, it should be something around the level of 138.40s right now. We are speaking very close to the weekend. And if you check out the levels, it could possibly retest the level of 140 in the next weeks and months to come, so a level to the upside. In case cable is doing that, that would indicate a little bit more pressure for EURGBP to the downside and could lead us to retest that levels we already saw around 0.8370s. If you check the level of euro US dollar, right now I'm speaking, the level is around 117.85, so there's a little bit of retest of the 118 directly. And after that CPI data and PPI data, there is a little bit of relief from that euro-US dollar rate, and that could give a little bit pressure. That's why EURGBP right now is trading at the level 0.85 or 0.8510. I'm speaking just because of a little bit more euro upwards move. It's nothing like euro strength. It's just a short greenback weakness. And if you check out the latest data regarding July, you see the core price inflation in the US getting up to 0.5% in July. If you compare that with June with a level of 0.9%, that's quite less, 0.5%. But if you just check that on a year-on-year basis with 5.4% core price inflation, it's still very high. And we are still on historic levels. If you check back into the 90s, you see core price inflation like that. And on top of that, you have the PPI data from this week. You see a producer price index on a monthly basis with a gain of 1%, and levels not been seen like they started doing so with a year-on-year basis, for example, going back into the year of 2009, 2010. So this is a real spike in producer prices, and just due to the fact that a couple of commodities and other stuff is not quite available and prices are going up. And if you can imagine yourself, and prices are going up for companies, they produce stuff, and they of course try to forward that to you, to the consumer. And so it gives another pressure on the core price inflation in the next weeks, and of course from the data regarding the data into the next month to come. What has that to do with EURGBP? Well, you always have to combine, as I told you, you always have to combine Euro-US dollar and GBP-US dollar. So the US dollar, so the buck, is the most important currency, even if Euro-GBP does not consist of it, but it's a cross. It's the currency pair, it's a cross. So you got to see the US dollar behind that, and the major currency pairs behind that. In the longer term, it could lead us to the conclusion, when you see still that kind of euro-US dollar weakness in areas between 117 and 118. So we see that right now. And GBP versus US dollar in levels between that 139 to 140 levels, that Euro-GBP could check levels like 0.8370s again, and has the possibility to gain more ground into more pound strong, to gain more pound and getting stronger into the direction of the 38.2 level I spoke about, which is at 0.8030s. That's a topic for the next year. So to the end of the year 2021 into the year 2022, a possible test to that downside of the 0.80s marker. Why? Check out the latest Bank of England statement. Check out how they are possibly thinking about doing something with their rate, and they try to smooth it, of course, and they are speaking about a possible way up to the direction 0.5%. If you check out all these kind of possible Bank of England tapering stuff, this won't start before the year 2022, I guess, and it's quite close. It's quite the same picture like you see this from the Fed and from other central banks. They are trying to push that more into the last quarter, into the first quarter of 2022 as well. So nothing to see before spring and big changes from monetary policy, I guess. Just saying, of course, we all don't have something like Merlin's glass ball, as I always tell you that, but it's just the feeling that nothing would really start until the end of the year going into spring 2022. All right, so the major message is that Euro-GBP could be getting a little bit more stronger. The pound is getting stronger, excuse me, not to forget we have a currency pair, it's called Euro-GBP, so it's going down in direction 0.8375, just a feeling. And everything like a retest of levels like between 0.85 and 0.87 we will be seeing is an invitation from the market to build up a new short system for you. All right, guys. Most important message, of course, hopefully you have a fantastic sunny weekend, and relax, have a good beer, a good wine, a good cocktail, whatever you do, a good barbecue, and have prosperous trades to come into the next week. Thank you very much, and don't forget to leave me some thumbs up. Thank you. Bye bye.